Here with Coach Brad Stevens, and what an off-season for your basketball team. Now, every coach wants continuity. You don't have that. So how do you short-circuit the process?
Yeah, I think as even as you're going back and watching film, I mean, we were doing things, especially on the offensive end towards the end of last year, that started to show some real kind of corporate knowledge.
Yeah.
So you just have to build that as fast as you can. I think that making it as simple as possible early is going to be important, not overdoing it early, especially with offensive and defensive installations, getting in what you need to get in, but at the same time recognizing there's going to be things you're going to have to do on the fly, whether it's at a shoot around, tweaking in a game, whatever the case may be, and that's part of the growth process. And in a lot of ways, I was saying this earlier, I feel like I've taken a new job. I guess I didn't move and my office didn't change, but in a lot of ways it's a brand new challenge, and we're looking forward to the challenges ahead.
How did that change your off-season approach, where you look at a ton of film and you try to find patterns and you try to find things that your team's good at?
Well, you change what film you're watching right away, right? I mean, you got to the good news is that I've watched these guys for a long time, the guys that are coming from other places. One of the unique things about our team right now is the fact that we've got 5 guys that have never played an NBA game. And so to get those guys up to speed, to do what they do best, to enhance everyone else, is going to be one of our biggest challenges. But that's the fun part about coaching. Like, this is, if you look at it as one big challenge, trying to grow and get better, like, I think we can get a lot better. I don't know how good we'll be tomorrow when we start training camp, but I think we can get a lot better, and I think, ultimately we've got a pretty good ceiling.
In a situation like that, how much do you depend on kind of the veteran knowledge of people like Kyrie and Gordon, who've been in the league for a while?
Yeah, I mean, think about that for a second. Our veterans are 25 and 27, right?
Right.
No, we've got 2 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
We've got Aaron Baines and Al Horford, and both of those guys have impacted winning in a big way. So we'll lean on all those guys. But we talk about this all the time, David, is and I've kind of gone further, the longer I'm in it, kind of further away I am from naming captains, because I think that everybody has a leadership stake.
Yeah.
If you're 20 and you've never played a game in the NBA, you've got to bring what you do to the table the very best you can in an authentic way to provide our team with a spark. Same thing Al's got to do. Now, Al's voice is going to be a lot louder, a lot more impactful, because everybody listens to every word he says. And I think that's really important, that everybody feels invested.
Yeah.
And you have the right voices, and I think that we've got a lot of good voices in our locker room.
You have seen that dynamic at play, and with a guy like Kyrie, who has a championship, which most guys, other guys on your team, do not have, that gives him a certain amount of authority, a certain amount of currency. So how do you allow him to kind of grow into that role as well?
Yeah, not only has a championship, but the shot that he made to for them to win it at the end of that game was pretty incredible. I think that, again, everybody has ownership, and we're going to lean on Al and his experience. We're going to lean on Kyrie and his experience. We're going to lean on Gordon and his experience. We're going to lean on Walter McCarty's experience as a 10-year NBA player who played a lot some years, didn't play as much the next, to help our young guys, right? So everybody has to bring something to the table from that regard. And but there's no question that when your guys that you're going to late in the game have that voice and can share those lessons, that's huge.
What do you anticipate your team will be good at, just based on the personnel you have?
I think first of all, depending on how it all shakes itself out with our personnel, I think we'll have a lot of defensive versatility at the 2 through 4. And I think that, our ability to play big and strong with Baines, or play big, strong, skilled with Al, like play different ways, will be a positive. And then, I'm really excited about this team and the way that they'll complement each other. I think that we could bring out the best out of each other on the offensive end. And last year's team kind of bucked the narrative, I guess would be the right way to say it. We weren't very good defensively, which everybody thought we were going to be. And then we were really good offensively, which we all didn't know what we would be, because in the year past we were middle of the pack. So I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out at the end of the year what we're good at.
Brad, we're in an era now where you can't just stick to sports anymore, as much as people sometimes want you to. How will you approach that as the season goes, as the preseason going into the regular season? If your players want to make statements, if they want to make gestures to talk about how they feel about social issues, and how will you address that?
Yeah, they fully have our support, and we talked about that this morning. And hey, one of the things that I said in my press conference earlier today was how proud I am to be a member of the NBA, and the players that are leading the NBA. And you talk about, the MVPs that have even talked this weekend with LeBron and Steph, and then listening to Coach Kerr. And at the end of the day, we want to use our platform to promote positive, to be a unifying force. And there's plenty of ways to do that. It's talking on media day. It's however you choose to stand up for what you believe in. It's getting out in the community and talking to kids about diversity and inclusion and conflict resolution. There's all kinds of ways to do it, and we want our guys to know that we're there for them when they do it.
Brad, good luck to you this season. Best of luck.
Thank you.